Hi students, good morning. Today continues of chapter number 11, same conic section, hyperbola. Last class we say about derivation of hyperbola and standard equation of hyperbola, two types of hyperbola. It is x squared with first term type, transfer along x-axis, x squared by s squared minus y squared by b squared equal to 1. And second one type, transfer axis, y-axis. The equation of hyperbola is y squared by a squared minus x squared by b squared is equal to 1. Okay, and its vertices, center, foci, and equation of directrices, and equation of lattice, rectum, and the curves. Okay, right. Today, same hyperbola and lattice rectum. Say about lattice rectum of hyperbola. Lattice rectum. So lattice rectum of hyperbola, definition number 9, page number 260. A lattice rectum of hyperbola is a line segment. Lattice rectum of hyperbola is a line segment perpendicular to transfer axis. Perpendicular to transfer axis through one of foci, through any of the foci, and whose endpoints lie on the hyperbola. Whose endpoint lies on the hyperbola. Listen. Let's take any one hyperbola. Here x-axis, transfer axis. This is hyperbola. A dash vertices was the center 0, 0. F1 is c, 0, and F2 is minus c, 0. Minus c, 0. The line is perpendicular to x-axis. The line is through any one foci. This line is lattice rectum. Lattice rectum. So this line is perpendicular to x-axis. Here x-axis, transfer axis. So the lattice rectum of hyperbola is perpendicular to transfer axis and through any one foci, any one fixed point. And they have one hyperbola, and endpoints of the lattice rectum. Endpoints of the lattice rectum. This is endpoints L, L dash, L1, L1 dash, and L2, L2 dash. This endpoints of lattice rectum is lie on the hyperbola. Lie on this hyperbola. This is definition. Okay. Next, the length of lattice rectum. Length of lattice rectum. The length of lattice rectum is L, L dash is equal to 2b squared by A. 2b squared by A. So L1, let us consider L1 is distance between O to F1 is C. So C, and perpendicular distance is don't know. So let us consider Y1. This distance is called Y1. So F L1 is y1. So the coordinate point L1 is c, y1. This point is lie on this hyperbola. So the equation of hyperbola is x squared by a squared minus y squared by b squared is equal to 1. Okay. So here the points, endpoints of the lattice rectum L of c, y1 is lie on the hyperbola. Hyperbola. So therefore, this point is substituted this equation number 1. So x is called c, so c squared by a squared minus y is called y1, y1 squared by b squared is equal to 1. You know c value is c squared is a, c is equal a, so a squared e squared. A squared e squared divided by a squared minus y1 squared by b squared is equal to 1. Equal to 1. A squared cancel, remaining e squared. So y1 squared by b squared is equal to e squared minus 1. This term minus y1 squared by b squared is changed in plus y1 squared by b squared. Plus 1 is on the left side, so e squared plus e squared minus 1. Okay, right. Then y1 squared is equal to e squared minus 1 divided by b squared. Divided by b squared. You know the b squared value. B squared is equal to, here b squared is equal to c squared minus a squared or b squared equal to a squared of e squared minus 1. B squared equal to a squared of e squared minus 1. So substitute this value e squared minus 1 divided by b squared equal to a squared of e squared minus 1. B squared is equal to a squared of e squared minus 1. So y1 squared is equal to y1 squared equal to e squared minus 1 divided by here e squared minus 1, e squared minus 1 cancel. A squared minus 1, a squared minus 1 cancel. Okay, but sorry, here b squared is multiple, so into b squared, so b squared into e squared minus 1, so substitute this value e squared minus 1 into b squared value is a squared of e squared minus 1, so e squared minus 1 into a squared. So e squared minus 1 into e squared minus 1 is e squared minus 1 the whole square. So e squared minus 1 the whole square into a square. So y1 squared is equal to e squared minus 1 the whole square into a square. Then y1 equal to e squared minus 1 into a, by a of e squared minus 1. A of e squared minus 1. But you know b squared value is a squared of e squared minus 1, but b squared by a is equal to a of e squared minus 1 divided by a on both sides. So b squared by a is equal to a of e squared minus 1. Here a of e squared minus 1 is substitute this value b squared by a. So y1 is equal to b squared by a. Y1 is equal to b squared by a. So y1 is the distance between f1 to L dash. So f1 L dash is y1, y1 value is b squared by a. So the length of lattice rectum is f1 L dash plus f1 L dash, L1 dash, f1 L1 and f1 L1 dash. F1 L1 value y1 is b squared by a. So symmetric about the x-axis. So the length of lattice rectum L dash is equal to y1 is equal to 2 into b squared by a. This is the length of lattice rectum of a hyperbola. So same as ellipse, how the length of a lattice rectum of ellipse is 2b squared by a, and also same value here the length of lattice rectum of the hyperbola is same 2b squared by a. Therefore the length of lattice rectum of the hyperbola is 2b squared by a. Okay, listen, length of the transverse axis is 2a and length of the conjugate axis is 2b, length of the lattice rectum is 2b squared by a. Okay, right. Next note, the hyperbola in which a is equal to b, that is length of a transverse axis and length of the conjugate axis are so same, a equal to b. If a equal to b, a hyperbola in which a equal to b, the hyperbola is called equilateral hyperbola. A hyperbola in which a equal to b is called the equilateral. Okay, listen, a hyperbola in which a equal to b, that is the length of the semi-transverse axis and the length of the semi-conjugate axis also same, then this hyperbola is called equilateral hyperbola. Hyperbola is called equilateral hyperbola. And second one, hyperbola is symmetric about both axes. That is symmetric about x-axis and symmetric about y-axis. So the hyperbola question is symmetric about both axes. And also ellipse is also symmetric about both axes. Why sir? Listen, x comma y and minus x comma y and x comma minus y and x comma minus x comma minus y. Minus x comma is common, so lies inside all curves, but minus x comma y, x comma minus y and minus x comma minus y, these points are lie on this equation. verify that the equation of hyperbola is x squared by a squared minus y squared by b squared is equal to 1. When the x is replaced minus x and y is replaced y, this point a minus x comma y, minus x comma y, substitute this equation, so minus x the whole square by a squared minus y squared by b squared is equal to 1. So simplify this, x squared by a squared minus y squared by b squared equal to 1. So this equation is same as initial equation. So x is replaced minus x when this equation is unaltered. Therefore, this equation is symmetric about y-axis. And another one point, first x is replaced minus x and y is replaced minus 5. Y is replaced minus 5. That point is minus is x comma minus 5. X comma minus 5. So x squared by a squared minus y the whole squared by b squared is equal to 1. So x squared by a squared minus y the whole squared is plus y squared by b squared is equal to 1. So this equation is same as the initial equation. So y is replaced minus 5 and the equation is unaltered. Therefore, this given equation is symmetric about x-axis. Symmetric about x-axis. Substitute same, x is replaced minus x and y is replaced minus y, that is minus x comma y, minus x comma minus y. So substitute this equation, similarly the equation is unaltered. So this equation x squared by a squared plus y minus y squared by b squared is equal to 1 is symmetrical about both axes. So these 3 points minus x comma y and x comma minus y and minus x comma minus y. So these 3 points are lie on the same curve, x squared by a squared minus y squared b squared equal to 1. So these points are lie on the hyperbola. Therefore, the given hyperbola is symmetrical about both axes. Symmetrical about both axes. Similarly, as well as same concept in ellipse. Ellipse equation is x squared by a squared plus y squared by b squared equal to 1. This equation is also symmetric about both axes. Here x is replaced minus x and y is replaced minus y. Here x squared term and y squared term. This equation has square term. So x is replaced minus x and y is replaced minus y. Then the equation is unaltered. This equation is satisfied. Therefore, this equation x squared by a squared plus y squared by b squared equal to 1 is ellipse equation. This ellipse is symmetric about both axes. Okay, right. Finally, the result is hyperbola equation and ellipse equation. Both are symmetrical about both axes x and y. Okay, very simple. Main concepts. Okay, right. Okay, hyperbola concepts is over. Very important. Hyperbola has two types of standard equation. One is translates x-axis, another one is translates y-axis. The equation is x squared by a squared minus y squared by b squared equal to 1, and another one equation is y squared by a squared minus x squared by b squared equal to 1. Okay, so study carefully formulas. Right, next with exercise number 11.4. Exercise number 11.4. Right, listen. First question. In each of exercise 1 to 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 question are same. Find the coordinate of the foci and vertices, the eccentricity, the length of the lattice rectum of the hyperbola. We need foci, vertices, eccentricity and length of the lattice rectum. Length of the lattice rectum of the hyperbola. Right. First one question. X squared by 16 minus y squared by 9 equal to 1. First given information, first question. X squared by 16 minus y squared by 9 is equal to 1. Right. Here a squared value is, first term is a squared, second term is b squared. But the ellipse questions, biggest number is a squared and smallest number is b squared. But here positive term denominator is a square and negative term denominator is b square. Listen, positive term denominator is a square and negative term denominator is b square. So a square is equal to 16 and b square is equal to 9, a equal to 4, b equal to 3. We need foci and vertices and length of the lattice rectum, and last one eccentricity of the hyperbola. Find foci. First of all, foci formula c comma 0 or minus c comma 0 when the transverse axis along x axis. Here x squared term is positive. Here x squared coefficient, x squared term is positive and y squared term is negative. Y squared coefficient, x squared coefficient positive and y squared coefficient is negative. Therefore, the given equation, the given hyperbola has transverse axis along x axis. Therefore, the transverse axis along x axis and center is 0, 0. Here a squared value is 16, a is 4 and b squared value 9 and b is equal to 3. We need AE. Foci formula, foci is plus or minus c comma 0. Plus or minus c comma 0. Right. You know b squared is equal to c squared minus a squared. B squared equal to c squared minus a squared. Then c squared is equal to b squared plus a squared. C squared equal to b squared plus a squared. Is equal, substitute this value, b squared value is 9 and a squared value is 16. So c squared is equal to 25, which implies c is equal to 5. C equal to 5. Right. Foci plus or minus c comma 0 formula, substitute this value is equal to plus or minus 5 comma 0. Therefore, the foci of the given hyperbola is plus or minus 5 comma 0. Plus or minus 5 comma 0. Right. Second one, vertices. So vertices. Vertices of hyperbola formula is plus or minus a comma 0. Plus or minus a comma 0. So plus or minus a value is here 4. So 4 comma 0. This is vertices of hyperbola. So a is 4 comma 0 and a dash is minus 4 comma 0. Here f1 is 5 comma 0 and f2 is minus 5 comma 0. Minus 5 comma 0. Right, next, eccentricity. Eccentricity is E is equal to C by A. Eccentricity formula, E equal to C by A. Here E is equal to C value is 5. So 5 by A value is 4, 5 by 4. 5 by 4. So eccentricity is 5 by 4. This value is greater than 1. So E equal to 5 by 4. So use another one formula. This is a very simple. And another one formula, E is equal to root of 1 plus b squared by a squared. So same value. Root of 1 plus b squared is 16. Sorry, b squared is 9 by 16 is equal to 25 by 16 is equal to 5 by 4. So same value. Use any one formula, E equals C by A or E equal to root of 1 plus b squared by a squared. So eccentricity of the given hyperbola E is equal to 5 by 4. Last one, length of lattice rectum. Length of the lattice rectum. So length of lattice rectum of given hyperbola is two b squared by a formula. 2b squared by a. Right. 2 into b squared answer. Here b squared is 9 divided by a answer is 4. So 2b squared by a, 2 into 9 by 4 is equal to 18 by 4 is 9. Sorry, 9 by 2. 18 by 4 is 9 by 2. 4 to cancel, so 9 by 2. Therefore, the length of the lattice of given hyperbola is 9 by 2. Okay, first of one, 4 key plus or minus 5 comma 0 and vertices plus or minus 4 comma 0, eccentricity 5 by 4 and length of lattice rectum of given hyperbola is 9 by 2. Listen, here x squared term is x squared coefficient is positive and y squared coefficient is negative. So this equation has transfer axis y x axis. So transfer axis x axis and conjugate axis y axis. Therefore, the 4 key formula is plus or minus c comma 0 and vertices formula plus or minus a comma 0. Okay, right. Very simple question. Next, second one question, same as the similarly same value, but the second one y squared by 9 minus x squared by 27 equal 1. Second one question has y squared coefficient is positive and x squared coefficient is negative. So y squared by 9 minus x squared by 27 equal to 1. Second question, the hyperbola has transfer axis y axis, transfer axis along y axis, second type. And second question, you have 4c formula is 0 comma plus or minus c and vertices 0 comma plus or minus c. Eccentricity is same formula and length of lattice rectum also same formula. Okay, so second question homework. Next, third question. Third question, very very simple question. Nine y squared minus 4x squared equal to 36. 9y squared minus 4x squared equal to 36. Standard equation of hyperbola has a constant right hand side is 1. Here right hand side value is 36. So divided by 36 on both sides. On both sides. So 9y squared divided by 36 minus 4x squared divided by 36 equal to 36 by 36 1. So 9 36, 4 9s are 36 and 9 4s are 36. So y squared by 4 minus x squared by 9 equal to 1. This is same similar second one question type. So y squared by 4 minus x squared by 9 equal to 1. This equation is same as y squared by a squared minus x squared by b squared equal to 1 type. So here a squared is equal to 4 and b squared equal to 9. C squared is equal to root a squared plus b squared. A squared plus b squared. So c squared is 9 plus 4 13. So c value is root 13. C value is root 13. So use this formula. This formula is comparing y squared by a squared minus x squared by b squared equal 1 type. Here coefficient of y squared is positive and coefficient of x squared is negative. So this equation has transfer axis along y axis and conjugate axis x axis. So use this formula. 4 key is 0 comma plus or minus c and vertices is 0 comma plus or minus e. Okay, and eccentricity and lattice is same formula. Okay, homework. Next, fourth one, fifth one and sixth one. 4, 5 and 6 question also same type. So third, 3, 4, 5, 6 are similarly same type. So 4, 5, 6 are homework. Here second question, fourth question, fifth question, sixth question are homework. Okay, right. Next question number 7. Listen, in each of the exercise 7 to 15, find the equation of hyperbola satisfying the given condition. Question number 7 to 15, find the equation of the hyperbola satisfying the given condition. Right, first one. Question number 7. Question number 7. Given information, vertices is plus or minus 2 comma 0 and 4 key. 4 is plus or minus 3 comma 0. Plus or minus 3 comma 0. Okay. Given information, this equation of the hyperbola satisfying the given condition. Question number 7 to 15. So question number 7, given information vertices is plus or minus 2 comma 0 and 4 key is plus or minus 3 comma 0. Plus or minus 3 comma 0. Right. Let's take the xy plane. Plot these points. Vertices is plus 2 comma 0 and minus 2 comma 0. What was the origin? So plus 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. Right, plot these points. Here given information vertices is plus 2 comma 0. This point is plus 2 comma 0. 2 comma 0 A and minus 2 comma 0. This is minus 2 comma 0. This is A dash. And F1. So 4 key is given information plus or minus 3 comma 0. So plus 3 comma 0. This is F1 plus 3 comma 0. This is F2 minus 3 comma 0. Listen, the vertices A dash and the 4 key F1, F2 lies on x-axis. Lies on x-axis. So the hyperbola has transfer axis along x-axis. Transfer axis along x-axis. So from the given information, see this curve. A point F1, 4 key F1 and F2 lies on x-axis. 4 key F1 and F2 are lie on x-axis. So here x-axis transfer axis. Therefore transfer axis along x-axis. Axis along x-axis. So transfer axis along x-axis, we know that the formula is x squared by a squared minus y squared by b squared is equal to 1. This is a equation of the hyperbola when the transfer axis along x-axis. So we need a squared value and b squared value. A squared value and b squared value. See the diagram. The distance between the center to A vertices, one vertices A is OA is equal to A. So distance between A to A dash, that is length of the major axis is 2A. Length of the major axis is 2A. Here A to A dash is distance between A to A dash. Here A is 0 comma A is 2 comma 0 and A dash is minus 2 comma 0. So therefore 2A is equal to square root of 2 minus of minus 3 is plus 2 the whole square plus 0 minus 0 the whole square. Use this distance formula, root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y the whole square formula. So root of 2 plus 2 whole square, it is 4 square. 4 square, root of 4 square is 4. So 2A is equal to 4, A equal to 2. 2A equal to 4, A equal to 2. Right, next. Another information, distance between the 4 key to 4 key F1 to F2. So F1 F2 is equal to, we know that F1 F2 is equal to C, 2C. F1 F2 is equal to 2C, that is 2A. So you know that C squared is equal to, C squared is equal to, C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. Find C value. So F1 F2. So 2C equal to distance between F1 F2 root of 3 minus of minus 3 the whole square plus 0 minus 0 squared is equal to 2C equal to 3 plus 3 is 6 squared. So square root of 6 squared is 6. So 2C is equal to 6, C equal to 3. So the value of C equal to 3. We know that this formula C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. So C squared value is 3 squared 9, A squared value is 2 squared 4 plus B squared, which implies B squared is equal to 9 minus 4, B squared is equal to 9 minus 4, 5. The value of B squared is 5. So substitute this equation, we need therefore the equation of hyperbola, vector equation of hyperbola is x squared by A squared value is 4 minus y squared by B squared value is 5, A is equal to 1. This is the required equation of hyperbola. Okay, design first one given information vertices and 4 key and given points, plot this xy plane. So here 4 key F1 and F2 and vertices A and A dash are lie on x axis. So therefore x axis, transfer axis, y axis, conjugate axis. We know that x-axis times y-axis, then the equation of hyperbola is x squared by a squared minus y squared by b squared equal to 1. Here a squared value, we need a squared value and b squared. Then find a and b value. You know the distance between a dash, that is length of the transaxis formula 2a. So 2a equal distance between a to a dash. So use this formula, root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. So substitute this, 2a equal to 4, then a equal to 2. And another one information, f1, f2. So f1 point known 3, 0 and f2 point is also known minus 3, 0. So find f1, f2. So f1, f2 is equal to formula 2c. Then 2c equal distance between f1 to f2 formula. So root of 3 plus 3 whole square plus 0 square, 2c equal to 6, then c is equal to 3. And c squared equal to a squared plus b squared is formula. So b squared is equal to c squared minus a squared. So that is b squared equal to c squared value 9 minus 4. So b squared is 5. Therefore the required equation of hyperbola x squared by 4 minus y squared by equal to 1. Next question number 8, 9. Question number 8 and 9 are similarly same method, but 8th question and 9th question 0 comma plus or minus 5 and 0 comma plus or minus 8. 0 comma plus or minus 3, 0 comma plus or minus 5. Plot these points. Question number 8 and 9 of 4 key f1 and f2 are lies on y-axis. So both question number 8 and 9 transfer axis along y-axis, the equation of hyperbola. Second one type y squared by a squared minus x squared by b squared equal to 1. Use this formula. Okay. So question number 8, 9 homework. Next question number 10. Tenth question, 4 key plus or minus 4 k is plus or minus 5 comma 0, and the transfer axis is of a length of transfer axis is 8, length of the transfer axis is 8. This is given condition. Find the equation of the hyperbola, satisfy the given condition. Right. Plot these points. This is x-axis, y-axis, 0, 0 origin, the center. 4 key plus or minus 5, 0. Given information plus or minus 5, 0. So plot this point plus 5, 0 and minus 5, 0. This is plus 5, 0. f1 and this is f2 minus 5, 0 minus 5, 0. See here a point 4 key f1 and f2 lie on x-axis. So f1 and f2 are lies on x-axis. So the given hyperbola and its transfer axis is x-axis. Here transfer axis along x-axis, and the equation of hyperbola is and the transfer x-axis is x squared by a squared minus y squared by b squared equal to 1. Okay, this is equation number 1. We need the a square answer and b square answer. Okay, right, a square answer. And another one information, length of the transfer axis. We know that the length of the transfer axis is equal to 2a formula. Here given information, length of the transfer axis is 8. Therefore 2a equal to 8, a equal to 4. That which implies a squared is equal to 4 squared 16. So a squared is 16. Next we need b squared answer. Given information f1 and f2. So now you know distance between f1 and f2 is equal to 2c. Distance between f1 and f2 is equal to 2c. We know that formula. Okay, so 2c is equal to distance between f1 f2. Here 5 comma 0 and minus 5 comma 0. But distance between 5 comma 0 and minus 5 comma 0 is 10. That is root of 5 plus 5 the whole square plus 0 minus 0 0 square. So 2c is equal to 10. So c is equal to 5. C equal to 5. So we know that b squared is equal to c squared minus a squared. C squared minus a squared. So c squared value is 5. So 5 squared is 25 minus a squared value is 16. So 25 minus 16 is 9. So b squared is equal to 9. So we need the equation of hyperbola. Therefore, the equation of the hyperbola is equation 1 implies x squared by a squared. A squared value is 16. So x squared by 16 minus y squared by b squared. B squared is 9. So 9 is equal to 1. This is the correct equation of hyperbola. Satisfy the given condition. Foci is plus or minus 5 comma 0 and length of the transverse is 8. Okay. Right. Next question number 11. The foci is 0 comma plus or minus 13 and the conjugate axis of length is 2b. You know the length of the conjugate axis is 2b. 2b is equal to 24. 2b is equal to 24. Then b equal to 12. B equal to 12. And here foci is 0 comma plus or minus 13. The f1 0 comma 13 and f2 0 comma minus 13 is lie on y-axis. Therefore, transfer axis along y-axis. Use this formula y squared by a squared minus x squared by b squared equal to 1. Here b answer is 24 by 2. So b equal to 12. Find a answer. You know f1 f2 is equal to 2c. So find 2c value. 2c is equal to 26. Then c equal to 13. C equal to 13. Now find a value. So a squared is equal to c squared minus b squared. A squared is equal to c squared minus b squared. So 13 squared minus 12 squared. 13 squared 169 minus 144. We have 25. So b squared is 25. Sorry, a squared is 25 and b squared is 12 squared. Okay, right. So question number 11 is homework. Next question number 12. Question number 12. Foci is plus or minus 3 root 5 comma 0 and the lattice rectum is of length of lattice rectum. Length of lattice rectum is 8. This is given information. Find the equation of hyperbola. First of all, at the point xy plane, here plus or minus 3 root 5 comma 0 and minus 3 root 5 comma 0. This is 3 root 5 comma 0 positive and minus 3 root 5 comma 0. This is f2 and this is f1. See here point f1 f2, this fixed point. Foci f1 and f2 are lies on x-axis. So the transfer axis along x-axis along x-axis. So the equation of hyperbola is x squared by a squared minus y squared by b squared equal to 1. This is the equation of hyperbola, equation number 1. We need the answer a squared and b squared answer. And given information, length of lattice rectum. Length of lattice rectum is 8. So you know that length of lattice rectum formula is 2b squared by a is equal to 8. Then b squared by a is equal to 4. B squared by a equal to 4. B squared equal to 4a. B squared equal to 4a. This is equation number 2. Right, next one, distance between F1 and F2. Distance between F1 and F2 is formula is 2c. The distance between two foci is 2c. So 2c is equal to the formula 2c. Distance between 2 points formula root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So root of 3 root 5 minus of minus 3 root 5. So 3 root 5 plus 3 root 5 the whole square. That is 2 into 3 root 5, 6 root 5. 2 into 3 root 5 is 6 root 5 the whole square plus 0. So 2c is equal to 6 root 5. 3 root 5 plus 3 root 5 is 6 root 5. 2 3 root 5 is 6 root 5. So c is equal to 3 root 5. C value is 3 root 5. We know that b squared is equal to c squared minus a squared. B squared equal to c squared minus a squared. Here c value is 3 root 5, then c squared value is b squared is equal to c squared is 3 root 5 the whole square minus a squared. So a squared plus b squared is equal to 9 into 5, 3 squared, and root 5 also 5, 9 into 5 is 45. 45, a squared plus b squared is equal to 45. Here b squared value is 4a. So equation number 3. Equation number 2 is substitute in equation number 3. So the value b squared is 4a, substitute in equation number 3. A squared plus b squared is 4a minus 45 equal to 0. This is quadratic equation. So factorize this equation, minus 45, the sum of value is 4. 4 is 4. 5 nines are 45. 5 nines 45. For minus 45. So minus 5 into plus 9 is minus 45, and sum of these two values minus 5 and 9 is 4. Okay, right. So a is equal to plus 5 and a is equal to minus 9 to answer. Here a is equal to minus 9 is not possible. A is length of semi-transfer axis. So length need not be negative. So length is only positive value. Therefore a equal to 5 only. So a equal to 5, which implies b squared is equal to 4 into 5 is equal to 20. So b squared equal to 20. B squared equal to 20. Which implies b is equal to 2 root 5. 2 root 5. We need equation of hyperbola. So the required equation of hyperbola, equation number 1 implies x squared by a squared, answer 5 squared 25 minus y squared by b squared, answer 20 equal to 1. This is required equation of the hyperbola. This is required equation of the hyperbola. So required equation of hyperbola is x squared by 25 minus y squared by x squared by 25 minus y squared by 20 equal to 1. Okay, right. Next question number 13. Question number 13 is similar as same type. Question number 12 type. 4 keys plus or minus 4 comma 0. So plus or minus 4 comma 0 is lie on x-axis. So transfer along x-axis. The lattice rectum of length. The length of lattice rectum is 12. Same type. 2b squared by a is equal to 12. Question number 12. So solve this question. Question number 13 is homework. Okay, right. Question number 14. Vertices plus or minus 7 comma 0 and e is 4 by 3. Eccentricity. Plot this point x, y. A is 7 comma 0. This is a. Center is 0 comma 0. And a dash is minus 7 comma 0. The vertices a and a dash. Vertices a and a dash or lies on x-axis. So therefore the transfer axis along x-axis. The equation of hyperbola is x squared by a squared minus y squared by b squared is equal to 1. This is equation number 1. And given information, eccentricity E equal to 4 by 3. Eccentricity E equal to 4 by 3. Another one information, vertices A dash equals 7 comma 0 and minus 7 comma 0. The days A dash equal to 2A, A dash equal to 2A formula. So 2A is equal to distance between the point A and A dash, root of 7 plus 7 the whole square, 7 plus 7 the whole square, that is 14. So A is equal to 7. So A is equal to 7. Right. Eccentricity E equal to 4 by 3. We know that E equal to 4 by 3, E equal to C by A. E equal to C by A. Here eccentricity E is 4 by 3 equal to C divided by A, answer is 7. So C is equal to 28 divided by 3. C equal to 28 divided by 3. We know that B squared answer is, B squared is C squared minus A squared. So here C squared value is 28 by 3 the whole square, 28 by 3 the whole square, minus A squared answer is 49. 49 is equal to 28 into 28. 28 into 28. 487, 784, 784. So 784 divided by 3 square 9 minus 49, minus 49. Right, 784 minus 49 into 9, 49 into 9, 81, 1, 8, 36 plus 8, 44, 441 divided by 9, divided by 9. So 784 minus 441, 784 minus 441, 4 minus 1, 3, 8 minus 4, 4, 7 minus 4, 3. So 343 divided by 9. Therefore, B squared value is 343 divided by 9. A is 7, which implies A squared equal to 49. Therefore, the required equation of hyperbola is x squared divided by A squared, answer 49, minus y squared divided by 343 divided by 9, y squared divided by 340 divided by 9, that is 9y squared by 343 equal to 1. This is the required equation of hyperbola. So x squared by 49 minus 9y squared by 343 is equal to 1. Okay, right. Last question, exercise number 11.4, last question is 15. The question 4 key is 0, plus or minus root 10. This is 4 key, and passes through point is 2, 3. Passes through point is 2, 3. Right, pass this point xy plane. This point is 0, plus or minus 10. So 0, root 10 and 0, minus root 10. This is F1, this is F2. So the point F1 and F2, F1 and F2 are lies on y-axis. F1 and F2 are lies on y-axis. Therefore, transfer axis along y-axis. So the required equation of hyperbola is y squared by a squared minus x squared by b squared equal to 1. This is equation number 1. Equation number 1. And given information, this point 2, 3. 2, 3 is passes through point. So 2, 3 is lies on the hyperbola. So substitute this point in equation number 1. Y is x3 and x is 2. So 3 squared 9 divided by a squared minus x squared 2 squared 4 divided by b squared is equal to 1. This is equation number 2. Equation number 2. Next, given f4 key is 0, plus or minus root 10. 4 key 0, plus or minus root 10. That is 0, plus or minus c. is equal to 0, plus or minus c. So c equal to root 10, c squared equal to 10, c squared equal to 10. We know that c squared equal to a squared plus b squared, a squared plus b squared. Then b squared is, c squared is 10 equal to a squared plus b squared. Then b squared is equal to 10 minus a squared. C squared equal to b squared equal to 10 minus a squared. The value c squared equal 10 minus a squared, equation number 3. So equation number 3 is substitute in equation number 2. Equation number 2 here. So 9 by a squared, 9 by a squared minus 4 divided by b squared. B squared equal to 10 minus a squared. So 10 minus a squared equal to 1. Equal to 1. Simplify this. 9 of 10 minus a squared, 90 minus 9 a squared minus 4 into a squared is equal to 1 into a squared of 10 minus a squared. A squared of 10 minus a squared. Right. So 90 minus 9 a squared minus 4 a squared minus 13 a squared minus 13 a squared is equal to 10 a squared minus a power 4. Minus a power 4. So plus a power 4 minus 10 a squared minus 30 minus 23 a squared plus 90 equal to 0. And equal to 0. Let's a squared equal to x. So x equal a squared, then a power 4 is a squared the whole square, that is x squared minus 23 x plus 90 equal to 0. Factorize this quadratic equation. So product of value is 90 and sum of these two values is minus 23. So 18 into 5 is 90. So minus 18 minus 5 is 90. Minus 18 into minus 5 is equal to plus 90, and minus 18 minus sum of these two values minus 18 and minus 5 is equal to minus 23. So x is equal to minus 18, sorry, plus 18, and x equal to plus 5. X is as a squared. So a squared equal to 18 or a squared equal to 5. But here hyperbola, the equation of hyperbola, c squared value is greater than a squared. C squared value is greater than a squared. By the definition, by the hyperbola, define c squared is greater than a squared. C squared is greater than a squared. But here c squared is 10. Here a squared is 18. A squared is greater than c squared. A squared 8 is not possible. A squared is 18 is not possible. And c squared is a squared. So therefore a squared equal to 5. A squared equal to 5. Which implies a squared equal to 5. Then b squared answer. B squared is equal to 10 minus 5. So b squared is also 5. Therefore, the required equation of hyperbola is y squared by a squared answer 5 minus x squared by b squared answer 5 equal to 1. This is required equation of hyperbola, or y squared minus x squared equal to 5. Okay, this is required equation of hyperbola. Okay, right, exercise number 11.4 is completed. Okay, 1.4 is completed. Next example 14 and example 15, example 16 as homework. Okay, right. So exercise 1.1, 2, 3, 4. 4 exercises are completed. The remaining miscellaneous example and miscellaneous exercise. So it's next class miscellaneous exercise chapter number 11. Okay, bye.